This method doesn't just claim to help people make money, it claims to explain why some people feel like money never stays with them in the first place. That's a very different promise, because most financial products sell effort. Work harder, learn more, build a business, network better, save more, invest smarter. This kind of brainwave method comes in from a completely different angle. It says the problem may not be your discipline, your intelligence, or your strategy. It says the problem could be deeper than behavior, deeper than mindset, even deeper than belief. And that is exactly why this kind of message hits so hard for people who feel exhausted. Think about the person this method is speaking to. Usually it's someone who already feels like they've tried, they've picked up extra work, they've listened to motivational advice, they've watched manifestation videos, they've read books that promised abundance. They may have even chased riskier shortcuts because pressure makes people vulnerable to easy answers. And after all of that, they're still staring at bills, debt, stress, and the same quiet fear that nothing is changing. That emotional pattern matters because once someone feels like normal solutions have failed them, they stop looking for a better tactic and start looking for a hidden reason. They want an explanation that makes the struggle feel less random, less personal, less humiliating. That's where this method steps in. It frames financial struggle as the visible symptom of an invisible brain-level pattern, not just bad habits, not just negative thinking, a built-in neurological disadvantage. The pitch says your brain runs on different wave states, and two of them matter most here: beta and theta. Beta is associated with stress, busyness, and survival mode. Theta is associated with creativity, intuition, calm, and what the sales message links to wealth attraction. So the method is not presented as ordinary self-help. It's presented as a kind of internal recalibration, and that changes the emotional meaning of the offer. Now the listener isn't being told, you need to become a better person. They're being told, you may have been operating with the wrong internal signal. That shift removes shame. It replaces moral failure with technical failure. And for a lot of people, that feels like relief, because shame is heavy. Technical problems feel solvable. Then the message goes even further. It introduces a specific part of the brain, the hippocampus, as the supposed source or power center behind this desired theta state. From there, the method creates a bigger story. Maybe wealthier people aren't just more fortunate or better connected. Maybe they're operating from a different neurological baseline. Maybe the reason certain manifestation techniques never worked for you is because your internal machinery was never set up to respond. That is a powerful narrative move. It turns disappointment into diagnosis. And once that diagnosis is accepted, the product itself becomes simple by design. Not a course, not a certification, not a 90-day transformation challenge, just a short daily audio track. 7 minutes, headphones on, press play, let the sound do the work. That simplicity is not a side detail, it is central to the appeal. Because when someone is financially stressed, they usually don't want another system that asks for more effort, more time, or more complexity. They want something that feels lighter than the burden they're already carrying. A 7-minute audio ritual feels almost frictionless. It sounds passive, private, easy to repeat, easy to believe in, at least for a moment. But here's the deeper layer underneath all of this. This method is not only selling a sound, it is selling a model of causation. It is telling people where to place the blame, where to place the hope, and where to focus their attention. Instead of saying money problems come mostly from economics, access, education, income structure, or long-term opportunity gaps, it centers a hidden internal mechanism. That internal mechanism becomes the missing piece. Like a dashboard light in a car, the visible problem is presented as the warning signal. The real issue is supposedly under the hood. And that matters because people often live with surface explanations for years. They think they're unlucky, they think they're behind, they think they missed their chance. Then a message like this arrives and says, maybe none of those explanations were accurate. Maybe the system you were using to judge yourself was incomplete from the start. The real issue isn't that you didn't want money badly enough. It's that this method claims your brain was not producing the right state to receive it. That line changes everything. Because once the struggle is reframed that way, the offer no longer feels like entertainment. It feels like correction. It feels like recovering something that should have been yours all along. And that is emotionally persuasive, especially for people who are tired of being told to just think positive, hustle harder, or stay patient. There's also another reason this type of method can feel convincing. It borrows the language of science without requiring the viewer to understand science in detail. Brainwaves, EEG, theta, beta, neuroplasticity, hippocampus. These are terms that sound specific enough to feel grounded. The audience doesn't need to verify every claim for the framework to feel more legitimate than vague inspiration. It's a little like putting technical labels on a feeling people already have. If someone already feels trapped in stress, and you tell them stress is a beta state blocking a richer internal state, that can feel intuitive even before it feels proven. And that's why the method resonates. Not necessarily because people are obsessed with sound frequencies, but because they are desperate for a clean explanation. They want to know why effort has felt so disproportionate to results. They want to believe the pattern can be interrupted. They want a path that doesn't require rebuilding their entire identity from scratch. Seen through that lens, this brainwave method is really claiming to do three things at once. First, explain failure. Second, remove blame. Third, offer a simple ritual that feels like a doorway into change. Whether someone believes that claim or questions it, the structure is the same. It speaks to pain before it speaks to proof. It offers a hidden cause before it offers a product. And it makes the product feel small, so the promise can feel enormous. That's usually the real engine behind offers like this. Not just the mechanism itself, but the emotional architecture around it. The method gives people a story they can live inside. A story where their past frustration finally makes sense and their future no longer feels locked. If you want, check the description for a structured breakdown of how these offers build belief step by step. Subscribe to Divine Abundance Code if you want more clear, grounded analysis like this.